This is your stewardess speaking. As we prepare for takeoff, please consider supporting us on Patreon to keep this podcast ad-free. If you enjoy this flight, please subscribe to the podcast, smash that like button, and don't forget to go to patreon.com/turbulenttruth to support us. Thank you, and prepare for takeoff.
Hello, this is your captain speaking. As you can tell in the cabin, we're hitting some shaky times, and it's about to get worse. So please take a moment, make sure you are buckled, and the loved ones around you are buckled, because we're about to hit turbulent truth. In 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome back to the next episode of Turbulent Truth. I'm Scott Cutcher.
I'm Gary Chapman.
And we're here to
turbulize your truth. Wait,
what he said. And what he said was...
It's not even a word.
Turbulize?
Turbulize.
I don't know. It is now.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? Webster Dictionary keeps adding stuff every day.
Well, we should talk about the name a bit because it didn't just come about by accident.
No.
We had lots of research groups. No, we didn't.
No, we did not.
But the truth is what we all want.
Yeah.
And the world is currently very turbulent.
Yeah.
And the truth will always be turbulent because the darkness doesn't want you to see it. So they're going to confuse the issue at all points.
Always.
So it's always going to be a little bit of a moving target, but that's just your process to find it. The truth itself, it's not moving. It's immovable.
Exactly.
It is truth.
Well, the thing is that we've been, again, primed. You know, I'm big on that priming thing.
Yeah.
Being in marketing, sales, all that stuff. I learned it, and then I went, why are we using this? This is so manipulative.
Right.
And if it isn't used out of the proper way, it is crazy manipulative.
Yep.
But we've all been primed, I think, to say, well, what is your truth?
Mm-hmm.
Gary, what's your truth?
See, I don't have one. I don't have a truth.
Well, I think that's the problem, right?
Yeah.
And that's why we're on this journey, because it is going to be turbulent, because humor is turbulent. You can't make jokes anymore without someone being offended. So,
if I get all the way through a day and I haven't really pissed somebody off, I feel like a total failure. What was I doing today? I was not paying attention to those around me. No, I do believe that that humor is the barometer.
Yeah,
it is. And if you don't know that God laughs a lot, you don't know God.
And you haven't looked in the mirror lately.
And you have not looked in the mirror. That's true. No, it's if you're not able to laugh, how are you going to deal? How are you going to get through?
That reminds me when I was a volunteer firefighter in college.
This is already funny.
Yeah, it's already funny. And I was the hydrant boy, right? So, yeah. So I was the guy that flowed the hydrants. You've seen them. They crank them open in summertime. Flow them. So
you realize there's a T-shirt in your future.
Oh, so much so.
You're hydrant boy.
Yeah, absolutely.
From now on.
Yeah, with a cape.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I look like a fire plug, so it works.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But as I was volunteering and helping with them, and they were starting to teach me the ropes, I was catching the vibe. I just loved how much these guys cared for people and the firefighters and the EMS and all that. This sounds warped, and it is. But we go on a call. I come afterwards because I was flowing fire hydrants. So I hear the call, and I go there to see if they need any assistance. And in the process, a little baby dies.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. And we're back at the fire station, and someone made an off-color comment about baby back ribs. Ooh. And I was really upset.
Yeah.
Okay. But what I realized as they were chuckling, it was a nervous, I want to cry instead of chuckle.
Right.
And later I asked one of them, I said, that was just, he's like, did it upset you? I'm sorry you got it in the middle of it.
Dark.
I said, yeah, it's really dark. He goes, if we don't dehumanize it.
Oh, well.
If we don't make a joke about
destroy you. Yeah.
You will not last 2 years in this job.
Wow.
And that was the first time I was introduced to dark humor to cope as a coping mechanism.
Well, I do understand that. I've never used that particular joke in that setting.
Disgusting.
Yeah, but wow.
So I go that far to come back and say, if we can't have jokes to cope with everything in this world, we're doomed. That's why God gave us humor.
Do you know some of the funniest people I've ever met in my life were morticians?
Really?
They're hilarious. Dude.
Seriously.
They have to be.
Wow, yeah.
They don't have any options. They're hilarious. And then they have to go through their whole day going, I'm so sorry. Is there anything I can do? We're just here to serve. And then they go home, they slam a couple of vodkas and laugh about everything. That's what happens. No, so volunteer fireman. You know, I have a great volunteer fireman story.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, I want to hear it.
Senior year in high school, little bitty town in Texas, very flat, very dry, so everything burns.
Yeah.
You know, especially that time of year. You know, so I had Mrs. Box was my 6th period teacher. I had typing class. BOX, and yes,
Unfortunate name.
Yes, and
It's a joke just screaming to happen.
it happened every day. Yes, so Mrs. Box was not on her game, shall we say? She was a little older.
Okay.
And
a little long in the tooth.
Little bit.
As y'all would say down here.
All of her teeth were very long.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, first day of class, we get in. We just sat down. We're just getting started, and it was typing class. I kind of wanted to be able to be good at. They used to teach people how to do it.
I took it too.
Yeah. So we just sat down. Probably 5 minutes into the class. Windows are open. You know, because it's hot.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't have any air conditioning. It was hot.
Yeah.
And
again, he's really old. They
yeah,
didn't invent it yet.
we didn't have it yet.
Yeah.
No. So I hear the siren go off downtown at City Hall. Volunteer fireman,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
That was how everybody knew, hey, time to
Absolutely.
come get on the truck. Let's get after it, right?
Yep.
Okay, that happened a lot, especially that time of year because everything's dry. It's just all a lot.
Yeah.
It took me literally that long. I started gathering up my stuff, getting all my things together, and I'm getting up. I'm walking out the door. She said, "Gary, where are you?" I said, "I'm sorry, Miss Box, volunteer fireman," and just kept walking. Okay, my brother was a volunteer fireman, so I literally just left. Now I did not go put out that fire. I did not.
I had a feeling.
And the number of times that I did that
Did she never caught on?
Never caught on. In fact, a couple of times it would go off and I would be busy doing what I was doing. She said, Gary, don't you need to, thank you. She was, so yeah, I was like a lying volunteer fireman.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah.
Is there a whole lot? There's not a whole lot of things you didn't pull growing up, is there?
No.
No, not really.
Boy, what a great time to grow up, though.
Yeah, you can make a mistake and not have it recorded.
Yeah.
Because if it was,
no, there's zero question. No kidding.
Yeah.
I would definitely would go to prison.
oh yeah,
No question.
you're not allowed to make mistakes these days.
No.
That's the problem with how the kids have to be raised.
I was telling somebody last week. We'd had an exchange. It was this band that I put together for that Mario Murillo.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that sometime.
So there was a moment that happened that was very, very awkward with someone, and it was just clearly a conversational moment that everybody knew was awkward, but nobody knew how to deal with it. Right?
I've been there.
So we get away from that moment, and then we had this group text.
Okay.
That all those guys are on, and I was like, okay, that's the most awkward, strange moment that I have had since Debbie Gardner turned me down to go to prom in 1975. Right?
Pretty awkward.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just I just wrote it, right?
Yeah.
Just texted quickly. And then I looked at it and went, oh, I should tell him the rest of the story. And it was completely true. I said, so, full disclosure, Debbie's father owned the Dairy Queen, and when she turned me down, I shot out all the windows in the Dairy Queen, along with a couple of other businesses to throw them off the trail. I did.
Oh my God.
See, now that would get you
you're
in
done.
big trouble. Now,
yeah.
here's the thing. It was late at night.
Yep.
I didn't do it with the rifle, which obviously I had many options.
Well, sure.
I did it with
Texas.
a BB gun. Now it had a little punch to it. I knew it would actually destroy
Was it
the
Red
window.
Rider?
No.
No? Okay.
No, this is pump it up, make it happen.
All right. Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I didn't want to hurt anybody.
No.
I just wanted to make my point.
Yeah. Why'd you turn me down?
And I'm now wondering what the statute of limitations is on that
I
particular.
was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Should we even publish this
I don't
one?
think they have Wi-Fi there. I'm kidding. You all know I'm kidding. No, that town is still thriving and hilarious. And most of them will laugh about that. And the others, they all know I'm beyond caring. I don't care. The beautiful thing about age, you
just don't care. Yeah.
It's why old guys wear black socks at the beach.
You know,
They just don't care in the healthiest way possible.
I'd get so wound up, and I came home one time from college. My dad's out back, and he's working as normal. He's a woodworker, just doing stuff. I go out in the garage, and I'm a little wound up, and he's
Weren't you a woodworker as well? Leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
I twiddle a little bit. I do pretty good, not too bad. But
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
A lot of I tend to do the micro carving.
I hear you.
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
so. Wrong kind of Pinocchio. So anyways,
Your dad.
yeah. And I wound up. And you know what he said to me?
What?
40. What?
He said 40.
I said, Dad, you don't understand. 40. Okay, what do you mean by 40? When you're 40, you won't give a shit about any of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But my dad was a truck driver and worked his tail off at GM for 30 plus years.
Right.
And, drove for Pepsi and just was rough around the edges, but was an amazing man. Taught me all those simple life lessons in like 10 words or less.
Wow.
He would just,
That was one word.
yeah,
40.
yeah, 40. What? What do you mean?
That's awesome.
But that was his way of breaking me out of being, all of a sudden.
And he was right.
He was. And now I'm 50 and I really don't care.
No,
It's
even
getting-
less.
it's
It gets
even-
better.
Yeah, does it?
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So I'm 64 and don't care. Don't. And that's, it is, the freedom is so contagious. It's so great. When you start living that way, not to hurt anybody, you don't want to be a jerk. That's different.
Yeah.
But to just joyfully sort of saunter through life, people see it and they're like, let's all do that. Good grief.
Absolutely.
My stress level, I could be 9 years old. 9. I've got that stress level. Because you just stop. You just don't care.
Well, you just parlayed into something kind of interesting, and that is the fact that we care too much in this world.
Oh,
right now
way
about
too
what
much.
everybody thinks.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, this idea for this podcast has been going on for how long now?
Too long.
And just finally pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Why? Because we had some people say, hey, listen, you guys is kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
And we like some of the stuff you're talking about, and you're not scared to talk about stuff.
No.
And we don't want to be another talking head show. That's the other thing. We're on a journey ourselves.
Yeah.
We're hoping that people start to text in and things of that nature, right?
See, the idea, you mentioned it earlier, and I wasn't 100% sure if you were serious.
Yeah.
But to have people send in subjects or
Topics, whatever.
questions, whatever,
Yeah.
and for us to literally, with
love it.
absolutely no holds barred, put those in a hat and pull them out.
And just go.
Oh, see, I want that.
Okay, let's do that.
And you can't do
Yeah.
that. You can't really genuinely do that truthfully if you care.
That's true.
You can't.
Yeah.
Because you're going, oh, wow, let's do
I don't
that.
want to say this
Oh,
because
wow, because yeah.
By the way, as you can tell, none of this is scripted. We decided when we were going to do this, it was just going to be two dudes sitting down, struggling with things in life, figured some things out.
Yeah, we don't have all the answers.
We don't.
No.
We're going on a journey to find the truth. And that's why it's turbulent. And we want to have some fun in the process. So you're going to find that we're just going to be very off the cuff, and we're going to go down some rabbit holes. But no, I like that idea. So by next one, hold me accountable. So let's see here. Stay tuned till episode, let's say 5. I'm going to set up by then, because this is brand new. I'm going to set
It's
up
going to take you that long to find a stinking hat?
Yeah, probably.
You've got one on your head.
Yeah, I got more hats.
Okay.
But no, it's not.
No, but to get the flow of communication going,
No,
to
to
where
get
it would be
everything set up to where they
legit.
can, to where they can actually text in and everything. So I'll set up a phone number, custom just for us.
Right.
Get it all to where they can flow in, test it, make sure it works well, and then we'll start putting that phone number in the bottom when we post. And so you guys will see how you can text in and give us your ideas. Tell us what you love to hear about, things you're struggling with, topics, I
just had a thought. So when these texts come in, are you going to like print them out and then scissor them up? Okay.
No, that might
because we're going to get a few
My
texts
15-year-old's going to do it. She's not
that
doing
are
anything.
going to be just absolute vile, vulgar.
We are
ridiculously. So we have to reserve the right to not.
Well, of course.
Sin.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure about that
Let's
part,
say
but you know what I'm saying. You wouldn't want to just start rattling everything because I don't mind offending people.
Right.
But I'm not going to be a jerk. I'm not going to be a jerk.
Well, the goal is not to offend people.
And we love Jesus.
And
he doesn't want us to be a jerk either. So
absolutely not.
That's our line, just for you, so you know. That's the line for us.
We love Jesus, so we're not jerks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's the thing about it that everyone is a good topic to talk about is how do we stand for our morals and who we are and not be a jerk?
How long is this?
I don't know. We're not timing it.
Okay.
However long they go.
If it's a real shortcut that we've got left here, I can answer it very quickly.
Okay. Give us a quick one, then we can pontificate later.
Lead with love.
It really is that easy.
Period.
Yeah. But why don't we?
Because we're jerks.
See, that's the other thing I don't understand. Like in the last podcast, we were talking a little bit about, how we put so much trust in other people, right? And you're like, well, we can't trust politicians anymore. We can't trust these people anymore. We never could. They were all broken from day one.
Yeah.
They were broken people trying to do a good thing, okay?
And pretending they weren't broken.
Exactly. Thinking they have all the answers.
Yeah.
The Enlightenment period screwed us.
Yeah.
So when we went through the Enlightenment, and we were like, oh, now we're enlightened. We're gods. No, dude, no.
Not so much.
You're really not. Are you learning some really interesting stuff? Yes. Is God unveiling things to you, hoping you'll use them for good? Yes. Are you using them for good? Not so often.
No. Yeah.
And I think that's the issue. And then what's funny is, the whole split of science and religion, and now you're seeing this, like we said last time, this quantum physics overlap starting to happen, and now you've got people that are being saved through trying to find and disprove God exists.
Right.
And that's happened for decades.
Then you got the transhumanists that are trying to make themselves little mechanical gods that can live forever. And
I wouldn't want to live forever.
Oh, I'm going to. I just don't want to do it in this body.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well, they don't either. That's why they want to transplant their brain into some cyborg and keep blazing. It doesn't work like that, just for the record.
Sorry, there's a thing called a soul.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, and that's kind of the
So
center
it's
of
not
it.
just information that's up there?
No.
It's not...
There's actually...
So a computer can't learn to be me better than me?
No.
Are you sure?
I am positive.
Okay. All right.
You know why?
So, sorry.
You have this one thing called free will.
Yeah.
So you can change your mind really quick.
Yeah.
So even though you may have a pattern of habits, in one instant, you can change one. And if you're a cyborg or AI, there's no premise for that change.
And you can't program that.
No, it's impossible.
The best you could do is have it randomly do something stupid every now and then.
Then you would be me.
That's true. We can do it. Sorry. I'm totally wrong. You can do it with Scott.
Totally.
You can. There can be another
Random stupidness is my thing.
See, I've always said the whole cloning thing. I kind of want that to happen for one reason and one reason alone.
What is that?
I have a great line that I want to use, and I can wait for decades to use it. Okay?
Okay, what is it?
I want to be the first one on my block to be the second one on my block.
Wow. If that's not dad humor, not sure what is.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah, that might have to get cut out. Oh, man. This is too much fun.
So, where were we? Lead with love.
Yeah.
That's it. We say we don't have any answers. We actually do. It's a blanket
but they're hard answers. That's the problem.
Oh yeah. There's not.
That's the
they're
problem.
not. They're not easily implemented. I'm
No.
just saying we've got a great answer.
Well, what's funny is we have a great manual called the Bible.
Yeah.
But you bring up the Bible, everyone goes, "You're one of them Bible thumpers, and I don't want to talk to you no more."
Do you have to say it in that?
Well, I'm from the
accent?
north. We have to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Sorry.
kind of a thing.
All right.
I live down here now,
Yeah.
and I love Tennessee.
Yeah.
But
Use guys.
use guys. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the answer. The truth is only turbulent when humans take it over or try to, embrace it.
That's good.
Left to its own pure self, the truth is not. It's very, very peaceful. It's God.
that is
God
true.
is the truth. That's it.
Well, the thing is that we're, this whole reparations and, instead of equality, equity, this whole someone has to pay for it.
I think they just can't spell. I think that's the problem.
Is that what it is?
I think they can't spell.
That
That's
Common
not,
Core screwed them up.
It did. It is not. They're leaving out a few letters that make a giant difference.
Well, what they really don't understand if they actually didn't get put off by the Bible, because it
Right.
actually made them work on themselves.
Yeah,
Ephesians.
absolutely.
Dude, we've already been restored through Christ.
Yeah,
With each other.
yeah.
There is no skin color.
No.
Back then it was, okay, Jews and Gentiles and Samaritans and,
Right. Macedonians.
and
There's that.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
To cut or not to cut.
Yeah, to cut or not to
This
cut.
is the question.
That is the question.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Peeky boo or no peeky boo?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Pick
absolutely.
one.
Pick
Peaky one.
Wow.
That's
Oy vey.
oy vey, indeed.
Indeed. That's right.
Thought as if.
We have fish. So with that being said, and we know in Ephesians we are reconciled with one another.
Yep.
No wonder there's such a push against going to the Bible for answers. Everyone wants or a new interpretation, right?
Right.
Well, we got to interpret it different
Right.
because everyone's got to be included. Really?
Yeah.
Because we're all children of God if we accept it. And I think that's the thing is people are like, well, we got to make it easy. It's got to be simple for everyone to accept.
Right.
Was it simple for the 12 apostles? No.
No.
It was really difficult.
Yeah.
So I think it's the other thing, and that's probably another podcast for another day, is it's not easy following Jesus, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it. It's worth it.
And once you touch it, once you even begin to embrace it,
Yeah.
you don't really have any choices because it's completely contagious.
Right?
And it's so awesome when you really understand even a piece of it, that it'll force you to keep diving in
Yeah.
because you're not going to find anything better. It's just not.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Well, I think we kind of cracked a few eggs on this one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what's our conclusion?
Jack Nicholson was right.
What's that?
You can't handle the truth. No.
And that's this week's episode, folks. Look forward to seeing you again.
Indeed.